All right, boys and girls, thank you for your patience throughout the time of me being absent. You'll be watching these videos um, or on your own or up on the board based off of what the substitute is able to access. But ultimately, I really would appreciate your patience through these videos, taking these videos very seriously, taking the time to actually play through them, watch them, solve the problems. You'll be doing all of the solving of the problems in Jamboard, okay? So I can see your work and that you're actually working through these problems. Each problem, if you prefer to do it on paper, you can do it on paper and upload the pictures in Jamboard. Obviously, there'll be times in this video where I pause the video. You want to pause the video, or the substitute wants to pause the video at that point in time, work through the problem, and then you want to hit the play button again to watch me solve the problem. Okay? But please make sure to take the time to pause this video. Here we go, problem number 1. Dividing a unit fraction by a whole number. Okay? We've done this before, but we haven't done it in a word problem. Mrs. Appler uses half a gallon of olive oil to make 8 identical batches of salad dressing. How many gallons of olive oil did she use in each batch of salad dressing? So she's using a half a gallon to make 8 batches. But how much is being used for just one batch? Okay, how much did she use in each batch? So which of these is the correct expression? A half times 8, a half divided by 8, or 8 times a half? Well, take a look at something. If you look really carefully, you notice A and B are identical. It's multiplying, and you're going to get the same answer. So hint, hint, the answer here would be B. This is your half a gallon, and you're dividing it 8 times. Okay? So if I were to write it like this, here's a half a gallon. Okay, I could turn it sideways, but here's a half a gallon. I'm going to break this half a gallon up into 8 parts. There's 4. There's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now don't accidentally solve this and think the answer is 1/8. Remember, it's how much of the whole is what I want to find out. So I also need to break this part up into 8ths. So for salad dressing, 8 identical batches were made from just using this half a gallon. But how much is used of this whole gallon for just one, for each batch? Just one batch. That's going to be this piece right here. Just for one batch, how much is being used? Okay. Well, look at how many you have altogether. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 parts. So 1/16 would be the answer here. That's through looking at your drawing. Now I also want you to solve it using multiplication. So how do you do that? KCF. KCF. We've already identified that B is the answer here. So now I'm going to keep the half. Change it to multiplication. Flip the 8 to 1/8. Also giving me an answer of 1/16. So 1/16 of a gallon. Okay, 1/16 of a gallon is used to make each batch of salad dressing. Okay, so now it's your turn. Question 2. 3 friends are running 1/4 of a marathon. If each takes an equal part, how much of the marathon is each running? So 3 friends are running 1/4 of a marathon. You don't need to know how far a marathon is. So just look at it as a marathon as one whole. Okay? So you want to, but they're taking turns. They're splitting it up. So 3 of them are sharing 1/4. How much of the whole marathon are they doing? So I'm going to pause the video, and I want you to pause the video right now to work through and solve this problem. Okay, at this point, I'm hoping you at least have the drawing. Most of you hopefully at least have a drawing that's showing one whole marathon broken up into fourths. For each fourth, there's 3 friends doing it. So there's 3 friends right here, 1, 2, 3. How much is one of those friends doing of the whole entire marathon? It's 1 out of all of these, which is 1/12. How do you solve that with the KCF? 1/4 you keep. You flip it to multiplying, you change it to KCF. Keep, change to multiplication, and flip the 3 to 1/3. Which you end up finding out when you do 1 times 1 equals 1, 4 times 3 equals 12. Each friend is doing 1/12 of the marathon. Let's move on to question 3 now. Okay. 5 friends each take turns driving 1/3 of the trip to Florida. How much of the trip did each family member or friend, let's change this to friend, each friend, I read that incorrectly, I'm sorry, yeah, 5 families, that makes no sense whatsoever. 5 family, we'll say 5 friends, each take turns driving 1/3 of the trip to Florida. How much of the trip did each friend drive? So out of this 1/3, they split it up, the 5 of them. How much did each of them drive of the trip? I'm going to hit the pause button for you to draw the picture and solve. All right, so I've taken a rectangle. I'm pretending that whole rectangle is a trip to Florida. But we're only focusing in on 1/3 of the trip. 5 friends are taking turns driving that 1/3. Okay, so here's the 1/3, and 5 of them are taking turns. How much is one of them driving? Well, it's 1 out of, if there's 5 here, there's 5 here, and there's 5 here, that's 15. So 1/15. How do you solve that with the KCF? 1/3 you keep, you change the division to multiply, and you flip the 5 to 1/5. Each friend, 1/5 each friend drove. 1/15. 1/3 times 1/5. 1 times 1, 3 times 5. All right, let's move on to next question. Question 4. Now at this point in class, if we're getting close to class being over, if it's less than 10 minutes, I want you not to solve this problem. I want you to go right to the exit ticket. Okay? But if there's still more time left, I want you to work on solving this problem. So here we have 6 friends who are painting a picture. They use altogether 1/4 of a bucket of paint. So altogether they're using 1/4. How much did each friend use of the bucket? Assuming they're all using the same amount. So of this 1/4 of a bucket, you have 6 friends. Go ahead, draw the picture, and then stop. Hit the pause button at this point in time. Okay, this is a whole bucket of paint. But we're only focused in on 1/4 of the bucket. Okay, 6 friends are sharing that 1/4. So we're going to break this 1/4 into 6 parts. We're going to break this 1/4 into 6 parts, this 1/4 into 6 parts, and this 1/4 into 6 parts. How much is one of those friends doing? Okay, well, we have to figure out this is 6 parts, and this is 6 parts, and this is 6 parts, and this is 6 parts. That's 24 parts. So one friend is doing 1/24, or using 1/24 of the bucket of paint. All right, at this point in time, we're going to move on to the exit ticket. Okay, so thank you very much for your patience, your participation. Okay, at any point in time, if you want the sub to review the video at all or go back to a specific problem, please have the sub ask the sub nicely to do that. Thank you, boys and girls, and I will see you guys potentially in a few days.